A kind neighbor. In a small town, there was a boy named Timmy. Timmy lived with his mom in a cozy house. Timmy's mom worked long hours, leaving him alone after school. One day, Timmy forgot his house key. He stood outside, feeling worried. That's when he met Mr. Johnson, the kind neighbor next door. Mr. Johnson saw Timmy and asked, "Are you locked out, Timmy?" Timmy nodded. Mr. Johnson smiled and said, "No problem. Let's find a solution together." Mr. Johnson had a spare key for his house. He gave it to Timmy, saying, "Use this key to wait in my warm living room until your mom comes home. I'll make some cookies for you." Timmy felt grateful for such a kind neighbor. He entered Mr. Johnson's house, and the smell of freshly baked cookies made him smile. While Timmy enjoyed the cookies, Mr. Johnson called Timmy's mom. He explained the situation and assured her that Timmy was safe and warm. When Timmy's mom arrived, she thanked Mr. Johnson with a warm smile. He waved and said, "Anytime you need help, just let me know. We're like family here." From that day on, Timmy and his mom knew they had a kind neighbor in Mr. Johnson. He became more than just the person next door, he became a friend they could rely on. One afternoon, Timmy was playing in the yard when he accidentally broke his favorite toy. He felt sad. His mom was still at work, and he didn't know what to do. Mr. Johnson noticed Timmy's sadness and approached him. "What happened, Timmy?" he asked. Timmy showed him the broken toy, tears in his eyes. Mr. Johnson thought for a moment and said, "I have some tools in my garage. Let's see if we can fix it together." Timmy's eyes lit up with hope. In Mr. Johnson's garage, they worked as a team. With a little glue and some creativity, they repaired the toy. Timmy was overjoyed. He thanked Mr. Johnson with a big hug. As the days passed, Timmy and his mom found more reasons to appreciate their kind neighbor. When Timmy's mom fell ill, Mr. Johnson brought over a warm pot of soup. He even took care of their garden, making their home feel cared for. One winter, a heavy snowstorm hit the town. Timmy's mom was worried about shoveling the snow from the driveway. Mr. Johnson, seeing her concern, grabbed his shovel and cleared the snow without being asked. Timmy and his mom felt grateful for such a caring neighbor. They decided to make a thank you card. Timmy drew a picture, and his mom wrote a heartfelt message expressing their gratitude. When they gave the card to Mr. Johnson, he smiled warmly and said, "You're like family to me." Helping each other is what neighbors do. As Timmy grew older, he realized the importance of being a good neighbor. Inspired by Mr. Johnson's kindness, Timmy helped elderly neighbors carry groceries and played with younger kids in the neighborhood. When Timmy moved away for college, Mr. Johnson gave him a thoughtful gift. It was a small toolbox with a note that read, "Always be ready to help others," just like we did with that broken toy. Timmy carried the toolbox with him, remembering the lessons of kindness his neighbor had taught him. No matter where life took him, Timmy knew the value of having a kind neighbor and being one in return.